Let's get this day started with some much needed cleaning. It's Monday morning and we are just back from vacation. It's back to the real world and I've got to get my house straightened up. I'm starting here in the bedroom. Just going to get the bed made pretty quickly because I changed the sheets right before we went out of town because I love to have fresh sheets on the bed for when we come back. So just going to get the bed made up and then I need to wipe everything down. It's pretty dusty in here. I'm going to vacuum and get the floors mopped as well. My cat, Percy, was very unhappy with us for being gone. My brother-in-law came in and took care of her and the other cat and our dog. So she was completely taken care of and she was fine. She just missed us, I'm sure. And last night was just terrible. She woke me up multiple times just doing crazy things. And she's not a cat that roams during the night or doesn't sleep. She usually will curl up and sleep all night long. So she just had to let us know that, she was pretty displeased with us. And it was kind of a miserable night last night. We went to Panama City Beach, Florida for our vacation, and we were a little concerned because there was a couple of days that rain was forecast, but it ended up not raining, so we were really grateful for that. Now, there were 2 days that the water was really rough. The waves were just terrible, and so it was like a double red flag days, and we couldn't get in the ocean at all. But honestly, that's okay with us because we are not get in the ocean and swim type people. Basically, we just like to dip our feet in the ocean. My family would much rather get it in the swimming pool to go swimming. So it worked out fine. We just kind of like to sit on the beach and relax and enjoy the waves, and we were able to do that. This is the first year we've been back to Panama City Beach. We used to go there like every year, but we decided to do something different. The last couple of years we went to beaches on the Atlantic side of the ocean. So we went to St. Augustine last year, and we've been to St. Augustine before and really enjoyed it. The year before, we went to New Smyrna Beach, and it was good, but we probably will not go back there. The beach was just not as nice, as we expected it to be or anticipated, so we probably won't go back there. But we'll go back to St. Augustine sometime. But we just decided to go back to the Gulf side because honestly, you just cannot beat the views and, how clear the water is, and the sand is just so white and pretty. I didn't really want to do a beach vacation. I wanted to maybe go to the mountains or do a road trip, do something a little different. But my youngest daughter loves the beach. She begged for a beach trip, and of course, that's what we did. My favorite mopping combination right now is vinegar, Pond Sol, and Dawn Power Wash. It gets our floors so clean. And of course, I'm still loving my O-Cedar mop. Okay, much better. Everything is clean and put back in place. And I'm hoping that maybe Percy is not so mad at me anymore and we'll have a much better night's sleep tonight. Next on my to-do list is the kitchen, so let's head in there and see what needs to be done. My kitchen is not in bad shape. I've got some clean dishes in the dishwasher that I need to get put away and a few dishes in the sink that I'm going to get loaded. So let's get that done and get this area straightened up. One of my sweet friends from church, Bethany, and I were talking the other night, and she has 3 younger kids. And she mentioned how she'll watch my videos, and I just don't have like the messes in my house, that she does. And you know what? I just don't. My kids are grown now, and they do not, for the most part, make huge messes in the house. They might leave a cup, sitting in the living room, or their shoes, but our dog will chew their shoes up if they leave their shoes out, and they've learned that the hard way. And our dog is not a puppy by any means, but she still will chew on things if she has the opportunity. So I'm just in that stage of life where I don't have toys to clean up, like I did when my kids were little, which kind of makes me sad and kind of makes me happy at the same time. So you don't hardly ever see me cleaning my living room unless it's just a vacuum or dust, because there's just not messes in there, like there were when my kids were little. But take heart, mamas, you move past that stage, and it's kind of sad when you do, when there's no toys to clean up. So hopefully there'll be one day when I'll have grandkids making messes in my living room again. While I've been cleaning up the kitchen, Bob has been hard at work on the floors. Having a clean and organized house is one of the best feelings in the world. And Pepper is wanting to go outside, so I'm going to let her go outside. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it so much. I'll see you soon.